Trev's trade page. I'm the Trev. That's too sweet. Anyway, it's my first video on this channel for 2025. Hopefully it's the first of many. And, well, today we're continuing with my hockey card product review. Mostly of stuff I've opened in the past. Boxes only, of course. I mean, if I was to review every pack of everything I've opened, I'd have content up the butt. But anyway, this one. This wasn't the first box I bought after the big lockout, but it was a fun one to open. It was so nice. It was so fun. It was so nice. I bought it twice, and for me to buy 2 boxes of anything, that's a rarity. So the fact that I bought 2 tells you how much fun it was for me anyway. I mean, back then, being primarily a set builder, it was definitely going to take more than 2 boxes to fill a master set of this. But, you know, short prints aside, that didn't stop a guy from giving it that old college attempt. So, having said all that, I'm going to talk about and review 2005-2006 Fleer Ultra. Let's talk about it. Alright, so 05-06 Ultra was released during the 2005-2006 season. And again, it wasn't the first post-lockout release, but it was still an anticipated release all the same. Now this set features a 200 card base set accompanied by 50 rookies and 21 short printed rookies. I know. So all told, it's 271 cards altogether. Now each box contained 24 packs at 8 cards per pack. Now on average, in one box, one could expect at least 7 rookie cards, whether that was 201 to 250 or 251 to 271. 251 to 271 were usually 1 per box. So you're guaranteed at least 6 rookies from 201 to 250. 2 jersey / memorabilia cards. Could be a jersey, could be an auto, could be a jersey auto, patch auto. We'll go into all of what's there in a bit. 24 gold medallions and an assortment of various inserts, which could also include the ice medallions. Now, ice medallions are your numbered cards. Now, there is a retail version of this, and blaster boxes were usually 7 per box. And on top of that, you also had the retail box, which was as a companion to the hobby box, 24 packs per box, 8 cards per pack. Just your hits were a lot more limited in a retail box compared to a hobby box. Now, as mentioned, the base set is composed of 200 random players from all 30 NHL teams at that time. 30. You gotta remember, Vegas and Seattle weren't teams then. What we now know as Utah, their intellectual property, was still known as the Phoenix Coyotes, and, well, the current iteration of the Winnipeg Jets were known as the Atlanta Thrashers. So just a neat little visual on how some teams have changed since the lockout. Now, of the 200 base cards, this set includes 34, as of this moment, members of the Hockey Hall of Fame, some which are, but not limited to, Teemu Selanne, Jerome McGinley, Joe Sakic, Sergei Fedorov, Mike Modano, Steve Yzerman, Martin Brodeur, Peter Forsberg, and Mario Lemieux, just to name a few. Now, the base set is complemented by the gold medallion parallel, which, again, is 1 per pack. Same base cards, just with a gold background. And again, at 24 bucks, you're guaranteed at least 2 rookies out of that. Maybe, I mean, 1 for sure. If you were lucky, 2. If you were super lucky, 1 of the short print rookies. And to complement the gold medallion was the ice medallion, which, as I mentioned again, was numbered, and these were numbered to 100. Now, again, the same base set, just with a silver background and the numbering. Now, these were randomly inserted, but you were always guaranteed at least 1, sometimes 2 per box. Now, card numbers 201 to 250 were your common rookies. Now, while a lot of these were carryovers from either 03-04 or from the 2003 draft, there were some in this crop whose careers really did begin in 2005-2006. There were actually some chaseable names in the first 50, such as Brent Seabrook, Dustin Keith, UC Jokinen, Johan Franzen, Ryan Suter, and Max Talbot, just to name a few. Now, again, rookies were on average 7 per box, and because one of those rookies, as mentioned, was a short print, you're at least guaranteed 6 of the common rookies. Now, as mentioned, numbers 251 to 271 are your short print rookies. Now, again, those fell 1 per box, and the names are just a who's who of post-lockout rookies, which included Corey Perry, Jeff Carter, Zach Parise, Dion Phaneuf, Cam Ward, Ryan Getzlaff, Henrik Lundqvist, and Thomas Vanek. It's worth noting Henrik Lundqvist is already a Hall of Famer. In this rookie class, you already have a Hall of Famer. But obviously, the real meat and potatoes of this rookie class were cards number 251, which was Sid, and 252, which was Ovi. Now, obviously, these two were the harder of the short print rookies to pull, as I think you were at least guaranteed one of them per case. Now, your guess as to which one you got in which case ultimately didn't matter, but if you're asking the author of this video, I pulled Ovi in the second box. So, how hard was that, right? It only cost me, I forget what it cost me at that time. I think it was just over $100. But a couple $100, I got the Ovi rookie. Now, of course, this rookie crop was not limited. They also had the gold medallions, and the ice medallions were both included for this rookie crop as well. However, for numbers 201 to 250 being inserted a lot more common than 251 to 271, the ice medallions were only numbered to 25. So whether you were pulling a common rookie or short print rookie ice medallion, you might have wanted to hold on to that. And trust me, those were not easy to come into, if you were easy to come into them at all. So moving on to the insert sets. And we got 4 different insert sets to talk about here. And we'll start with the Upper Deck NHL All-Time Greatest Finalist inserts. Now, this was a 90 card set featuring players from every team's past and present, with details on the back to vote for the NHL's all-time greatest players. The reward for that being you could win a trip to the 2006-2007 All-Star Game. Now, this insert set was where I pulled my first Crosby. So it's worth noting that. I don't know why I still remember that. I pulled this one before I got the McDonald's one, and I graded the McDonald's one. Now, this insert set is featured between Ultra, Upper Deck Series 2, and Upper Deck MVP. So if one was so inclined and they bought all 3, you could build that insert set really quickly. I mean, I only bought 2 of the 3, so I mean, I came into some through MVP as well, so that wasn't too bad. Now, after that, we got the Difference Makers, which is a 12 card set of players including Crosby and Ovechkin. Now, being this was an 12 card insert set, this was one of the more rarer inserts, and I think you were only at best given a shot at 1 per box if you were lucky. And then after that, we have the Scoring Kings, and this is the biggest insert set of the inserts at a 40 card set, and this includes some of the NHL's top scorers, again including Crosby and Ovechkin, even though this was their rookie year. But this is where I pulled my first Ovechkin from my first box. It was a Scoring Kings insert. I remember that because I was chasing Ovi for years at that point. Obviously 05-06 was where it started, but I think I stopped chasing his cards at about 14-15, maybe 13-14, but yeah, that's that. And then you had the last of the insert sets, which was the Super 6. Now, this was an 8 card set, which featured 6 players. Now, what makes this an 8 card set is you have 2 cards of Ray Bourque and 2 cards of Patrick Waugh. But it's still the smallest insert set in this set, and this one was just as tough. I think if you were lucky, that won a box, but you'd have to get at least 2 boxes to at least pull 1 as a guarantee. But it was still a fun chase either way. So with all that being said, let's get to the memorabilia end of things. Now, the memorabilia in this set is pretty extensive. 17 different versions of memorabilia cards, and only guaranteed 2 on average per box. Sometimes, and I'd heard stories of people pulling 3 or 4 out of a box, but that was very few and far between. I mean, you gotta remember back then, there wasn't as many busters on YouTube at the time. I don't think there was any, to be honest. But you heard the stories. Oh, I got 3 jersey cards. I got 3 cards and a patch, this, that, the other. But it was guaranteed on average 2. So starting off with the difference makers jerseys. And like the insert set, this is a 12 card jersey set. And to complement that, there's the different makers jersey autographs, which are just as tough of a pull as they are short printed out of 10. Now, if one was so inclined to chase all those, they could, but it would get pretty pricey. There was also the difference makers patches, which were numbered to 25, and to make it even more of a tougher chase, there was the difference makers patch autographs, which, much like the jersey autographs, were short printed out of 5. Then we have the fresh ink, and this is a 101 card set with 20 short prints announced. Now obviously Ovechkin and Crosby were again the chases, with Crosby being one of the aforementioned short prints. And for even more fun, there's also the fresh ink blue, which is the same 100 card set, but these ones are numbered to 25. So you can see where being a master builder got really hard, but it gets better. Keeping the memorabilia going is the rookie uniformity jerseys. Now this is a 60 card set, making it the largest of the jersey sets in this set. Now again, Ovechkin and Crosby are your chase cards, but that didn't stop a guy from giving it the shot, right? Much like the difference makers, we have the rookie uniformity jersey autographs, which are numbered to 25, as well as the rookie uniformity patches, which were numbered to 35, as well as the rookie uniformity patch autographs, which again are short printed to 5. So yeah, if you wanted to be a master builder, you had to have the money to chase Crosby and Ovechkin, being patch autos, jersey autos, whatever. Oh, the prices then were not nearly as bad as they are now, but they were still expensive. And much like the difference makers and the rookie uniformities, we also again have the Scoring Kings jerseys, which, much like its insert counterpart, is a 40 card jersey set, which is again complemented by the Scoring Kings jersey autographs, which are short printed to 20. So you had a better chance of pulling one of those. But we also have the Scoring Kings patches, which are numbered out of 50, as well as Scoring Kings patch autographs, which again are short printed to 10. So again, lots to chase. And if you really wanted to, you could give it a shot. But no guarantees at that point, right? Now, to round out the memorabilia, we got the Super 6 jerseys, which were not the easiest to come by. You gotta remember, this is also a carbon copy of its insert set, and there was only 8 cards. So 8 jersey cards to come into that one. But it was also complemented by the Super 6 jersey autographs, which were short printed to 3. So yeah, only 3. As well as the Super 6 patches, which were short printed to 6. And here's the fun, the Super 6 patch autographs, which have the distinction of being 101s. So good luck with that, right? Chase 8 101s, and they were not slouch names. I mean, you had 2 Borks, 2 Waz, a Lemieux, and an Yzerman. Oy, yeah, best of luck. So that was basically a general breakdown of 2005-2006 Ultra, and I loved breaking this product. I would love to come into this again, but obviously, you know, I'd have to give up a few things to come into it, and I couldn't complete everything just by buying boxes alone, obviously, but that's where being an online trader really came in handy. And to the best of my memory, or at least the best of my memory's ability, here's how I remember doing it when it came to attempting the master set. Now, for the base cards, numbered 1 to 200, I had that finished mostly between the 2 boxes. And for what I needed, I just took my doubles to the card shop that I bought them from and just traded them that way. And that finished that part of the set really quickly. Now, for the rookies, 201 to 250, I used trading online to finish those very quickly. And I think I might have traded a couple to the card store as well. For the short print rookies, obviously, those were a little tougher. I mean, my first one from my first box was a Zach Parise, and then my second one was the Ovechkin. Now, the rest came from online trading, in-person trading, flea market finds, and for the Crosby, eBay. And yeah, it was a pretty penny then, as much as it's a pretty penny now. So yeah, it was not cheap. So as far as the base set was concerned, numbered 1 to 271, I had done. Now for the gold medallion, I know I had 1 to 200 and maybe a handful of the common rookies. But as far as the short print rookies, I only had Wolski and Steen. Obviously not the biggest names you want, and that was it. Now for the ice medallion, I don't even think I had 50 of those for the base set. Maybe a rookie, and for the life of me, I don't remember who it was. It was a common rookie, but it'll come to me, I'm sure. But none of the short print rookies. And to think, yeah, it's because they're all numbered to 25. No one's given them up easily. Now, as for the insert sets, well, I had finished the all-time greatest insert set a few times over. I built that more than once, mostly through trading, and a lot of it was because I didn't keep a good inventory of my want list at that time, so I was building 2 or 3 or 4 different sets at the same time. Don't know why, but meh, it is what it is. The difference makers, the scoring kings, and the Super 6, I had them all finished. And again, mostly through trading online, mostly through flea market finds. You know, whatever you could do to help fill it out. But the memorabilia end of it, though, that I didn't finish any of them. I mean, a lot of it was trading. I only pulled so much out of the boxes. I think both boxes, I maybe pulled 2. And one of them was a patch. But if I remember right, I had 6 difference makers jerseys out of 12. None from boxes. I traded for all of them. 10 or 12 of the rookie uniformities, I maybe pulled 1. The rest was trades or finds. No fresh inks, no fresh ink blues. Maybe half the scoring kings, but again, that was, you know, guys not named Crosby and Ovechkin. I came into Ovechkin a lot later, and I think that was another eBay find. But yeah, scoring kings, most of it came through trading. I had 6 of the Super 6 jerseys. I didn't have the Wah or the Bork. No, I think it was the Wah, Colorado Wah, and the Lemieux I didn't have. I had both the Borks. But I only pulled 1. And yeah, no, it wasn't Mario. I didn't pull Mario. I had to trade for Mario, and I traded a lot for Mario. Now, as far as the patches, I traded for one of the difference makers patches. That was a Bertuzzi. And I had pulled a Danny Heatley Scoring Kings patch, which, awesomely enough, was numbered 15 out of 50, which was his jersey number. And, you know, it was 3-color. It was all Thrasher color patterns, and he was wearing a Senators jersey. So it's like uniqueness of its own. If I remember right, after I decided I wasn't building the set anymore, I traded it off to Michigan. No rookie uniformity patches and no Super 6 patches. And as far as jersey autos for any of the aforementioned, yeah, no, I was not that lucky. But for what it was worth, it was a fun set to attempt to put together. Even when I called it quits, I was like, yeah, no, I kind of miss putting it together. But by then, I'd broken up most of the set. But I would highly recommend this to anyone who, you know, if they want to take the gamble, A, if you can find any left, and 2, if you want to pay more than what you think you need to be paying, but thanks to the Crosby and Ovi tax, you're paying an arm and a leg for anything that's 0506. Just saying. But it's worth it if you end up pulling something big, something really big, whether it's the Crosby, the Ovi, whatever it is of them. Even their rookies from this set, in modern pricing, are relatively high, so you can't say no to that kind of a gamble. But yeah, if I came into something like this again, and I had the means and ways to get it in my hands and bust it, I would totally do it all over again. So that was my review of 2005-2006 Ultra. Let me know what you thought, if you have any memories from busting this open, or if this is your introduction to it and you're going to strongly consider taking the gamble. Let me know what you thought. It's another one from Trev's trade page. I want to thank you for tuning in. Don't think I don't appreciate the gesture, especially if you've made it to this point. And if you have made it to this point, then you really should consider giving me that thumbs up. I mean, you're here, you're obviously digging what I'm doing. So if you're saying hey, or if you're just letting me know you're here, that thumbs up goes a long way. Believe me, it does. That red button that says subscribe all over it, come on, you know you want to. I know you want to. The algorithm knows you want to. We're pushing for 100 subscribers by the end of this year. Hopefully we make that happen, but I know a lot of that depends on how much content I put on this channel. Trust me, the shorts are active, and they will be for some time. So hopefully I can put out more than just one video this year. If you want to, that link in my description there, that'll take you to my Facebook page. Love to build an audience there. Feel free on joining. It's free. Let's move forward. Well, like I said, the shorts are still active, and there's stuff coming in for all collections at this point. Well, all except 2, but trust me, we'll remedy that situation fairly quickly. Either way, in the meantime, and in between time, be looking for some Trev. Data.